Hello. The awkward silence as I switch over. Hold on.
마지막이니까 미친으로 즐겨봅시다. 알겠어요? 전부 다 해주세요. Let's walk, two, three.
Watch, that's what's gonna get me copyright striked. Anyways, we're jumping into the fancy troop. Okay. We're jumping right into it.
Welcome to my latest case, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, click on Tutorial.
Okay. That was a lot.
As always, your mission is to solve the mystery. You're going to step into my shoes and be my eyes and ears. It will be up to...
Hold on.
Here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who knows where we're going is Laura.
Okay, we're jumping right into the Nancy Drew. We're playing Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. This is one of my favorite games. Hi Spicy, by the way, and Angela should be driving right now because she's driving home. This is one of my favorite games. I remember playing it as a kid with Angela, and it was really cool because it had 2 discs we had to install onto the laptop that we had, the computer that we were using. And then we never finished it, and then we finished it finally. Yes.
Welcome to my latest case. Dear Hannah,
Junior
here I am at the
detective.
railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where.
Okay, yeah.
The only person who knows where we're going is Lori Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me. She invited Frank and Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Lori's silly attempts to grab publicity. Some people can be a little too rich and a little too famous for their own good.
All aboard!
Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started. Okay, I, again, am Lori Gerard, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show of yours to do some ghost hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome. And Tino Balducci, only the most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy. They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend?
Not
Natalie?
even at the table.
Nancy Drew.
Whatever. All right. I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because, see, one day in 1903, this train was found in a place called Blue Moon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Only the engineer was on board, and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth.
Where's Nancy sitting?
Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world.
Ooh, this pan
And the
is
train
my
he
favorite.
owned, this train, his wife
Go
Camille
wild.
died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be haunted.
She's
Oh
gone.
my gosh.
What in the world?
What the?
Hey, what's going on?
People
No,
should
really,
never
where's-
go tampering with things they don't understand.
Where's Nancy?
Oh, brother.
Oh.
It's okay. Everybody just stay calm. No need to panic. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, Nancy, you're up on all that social etiquette stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
If I don't seem concerned,
Nothing.
it's because I'm not. Lori Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention and habitually uses her father's considerable wealth to get it.
How well do you know her?
I don't really know her, I just know of her. The only reason I accepted her invitation was because I've come across the name Jake Hurley several times in my research, and this seemed like a good opportunity to learn more about him. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew.
Nancy?
You and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah, Nancy Drew.
Y'all remember that? Remember Charlena?
You don't remember me, do you?
No.
Have you ever met Lori's other guests before?
Psst, Nancy! Come here!
Excuse me for a second.
I think you better talk to those two friends of yours before you talk to me.
Hey, Nancy.
Where have you two been?
I followed Tino Balducci.
And I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
Noises? Like,
Any idea what he was doing?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something
Oh,
on the
you
floor right
remember
where
her.
Lori was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
Did you see what it was?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something snotty like, "I'm on the job here, Junior, so just go back to the playground and stay out of the way." In case you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of
That's your
undercover work
random
for them.
acronym.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Lori is faking this whole disappearance thing.
She's not the only one.
How can you say that? You heard Lori scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
Do you think? Do you think she fake? I don't remember which one's Frank and which one's Joe, so... Okay. The one who just talked to me thinks she got kidnapped, and the other one thinks that it's faked. So do we think it's faked? I just love the train, and then, like, they're just staring at me, waiting for me to answer. And they're not blinking, they're not breathing, they're not moving. But one day I will answer them. Okay, I agree with Frank.
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
That's it.
Do you think maybe one of Lori's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Lori disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Meaning that you'll just sit here forever and not doing anything? I'll do all the work. You guys get all the credit.
Engineer, what do you want?
Hello, I'm one of the passengers, and I just thought you should know that Lori Gerard has disappeared.
So?
I just thought you might want to call the police or something.
Hey, all I know is I take orders from Miss Gerard, okay? Right now my orders are to get this train to Copper Gorge non-stop. And until Miss Gerard tells me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, there's something stuck under my nail. Ugh, I got it out.
But Lori may not even be on the train anymore.
Look, Miss Gerard may not be a rocket scientist or anything, but even she knows better than to jump off a moving train.
Are we
Now, if you'll
sure?
excuse me,
Are
I got me a
we
train to
sure?
run. Engineer,
Hi.
is this Miss Gerard?
Yeah, this is Lori.
Nice try. I'm busy up here, now quit bothering me.
Is he gonna kick me out?
I'm busy up here, now quit
He
bothering
just
me.
won't talk to me anymore. That's so rude.
Looks like some sort of steam valve.
Warning. Do not open unless all pipes are connected. You should just open it right now! Let's go!
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
Is this how we stop the train? Nah. This is how we stop the
Oops.
train. Oops.
Uh-oh, that doesn't look good.
Don't touch the valves unless you read the scene.
This door goes outside. Opening it now would not be a good idea.
Just try.
A square and a duck.
Squawk.
It looks like this thing opens up. But how?
Squawk. 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 Okay, so Lori was... Ooh, shoot.
Sadie Crawford. It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it.
Hey, you guys. Hey! Frank! Frank! Joe! Hello? Joe, Frank, can you help me? You guys are strong, right? Can you? No? Okay. Does this painting move? Ah!
What have you got?
Talk to you later.
You better.
Nothing, I guess. Flipping fins. Damn it. There's gotta be something, right? With the painting.
Yes?
What are you working on?
I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those two most wonderful of all three-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I write.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Those
Wealthy,
tomatoes.
imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
Do you see that painting of like that fruit or in the tomatoes? Peppers? It kind of looks like an eggplant almost. I really want some like nice cooked tomatoes with like a lot of cheese.
When did he buy this train?
Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
So he was rich to begin with?
So he went west and became a miner?
All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death, he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere, although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated and its location quite unknown.
Why do you think Lori invited you on this trip?
No doubt because I'm such an authority on life in the Old West, and because I'm so good at using old information to unearth new information.
This lady is just
My knack for research is, well,
all
it's a
information,
gift.
always.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
That would be nice.
Luminous. Whoopa!
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
Can I take it out? Nothing there. Give me your gem. Okay.
Better not mess with that puppy.
Okay, chat. Let me know. Should I pull the emergency brake? What was that? Oh, I gotta do this. This is the easiest puzzle. I already messed it up. Somewhere over the rainbow. What are we working with? This is kind of like a green. Yay! Puzzle 1 done.
Left pickaxe and lamp with buhl for safekeeping. To open what's closed, Lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
Lead.
This must have been the sleeping car.
Let me see the paintings. What's this?
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, what, 10,000 possible combinations? Guessing could take me a while.
What's this? A Tale of Two Dolls. Ill-tempered Edna could not get her way. She couldn't get Alice to come out and play. I can't, I'm too tired, is what Alice said. I just want to go straight back to bed. Edna angrily tried to make herself heard, but all that came out was one 2-part word. Why, I'm not your mother, yawning Alice replied, till Edna the Terrible finally gave up and cried.
Hey, come on over here. Hi, you're that
play the
Nancy person.
piano.
How you doing? John Gray.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your TV show.
Then I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
Oh, heck no. Why, you're measuring the who'sy-whatsism with your trusty gizmometrometer thing.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Laurie's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Laurie's whereabouts.
Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Laurie?
What to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. That's my working theory, at least.
That's a little hard to swallow.
It's
That's a
all
little
very
hard to-
scientific. But the fact is, Laurie's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
You know the vibes I'm getting? Nerd.
You don't think Tino Balducci will be able to track her down?
I doubt it. In fact, I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
What's your opinion of Charlena Purcell?
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
Romance novels are great for some people.
Is Laurie a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Maybe she doesn't have any friends.
Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you can be too rich after all.
Thanks for the chat.
Pleasure talking to you.
This looks like some sort of game. Nothing happens. I'll bet I have to wind it up first. Shoot!
I'm it.
Wipe out.
I had that one. No, how long is this? The longer we go, the stressful.
I did it! Wonder what's in here.
Tam-Tam races music. What's this?
Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new, it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
Oh no.
The Little Book of Samplers.
Oh no. Oh no. Puzzles. Puzzles? What's this?
Teddy Eberhardt.
Krollmeister. Thank you for giving the doll we call Teddy a home.
Don't do that, please! Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive.
Why is he so
Just about took out my
blurry?
eardrums. You can play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Okay.
No, no, no. Don't even think about it.
Watch me.
Don't even think about it.
Blurry? I'm not.
Please don't.
This guy's annoying.
Thomasina O'Neill. Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano. It's locked. Looks like some kind of sewing sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
An awful Ursula.
I wonder what's under here, and what the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
Ah. Ah!
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up?
Give me
You're the one who's on the
right.
train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here. Bess, just calm down. Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy. Only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing? Oh, George, that is so not true. I could care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing. So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya? Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair. I'm sorry. You know, actually, that looks kind of cool. Nice try, Bess. No, really. You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself. George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Blue.
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
Our hostess has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
I mean, the train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Lori. She just disappeared.
Publicity stunt.
I'm not so sure.
I really don't know.
Oh, come on. You don't really think something's happened to her, do you? Remember the time she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room? Yeah,
No.
the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape. It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning. Only it turns out she faked the whole thing. Of course, she claims her ex-boyfriend faked it to get back at her. She thought she was really being kidnapped. Like anybody believes that.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has. Very funny. So what else is going on?
Before she disappeared, Lori told us that the purpose of this train trip is to find out what happened to Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
No one knows. He was married to a woman named Camille, but she died, and he eventually vanished while mining for gold. His train was found abandoned in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky. Have any theories?
My first order of business is to find out what happened to Lori.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Laurie vanishes. A pattern, maybe? Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Someone's gonna die.
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
John Gray has set up a bunch of equipment in Camille's train car in hopes of documenting distortions in the electromagnetic field caused by her residual energy.
Say what? He's looking for Camille's ghost. Don't you ever watch him on TV? Just because I watch him doesn't mean I understand him.
Talk to you soon.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Can't check that off yet. Can't check that. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. I'm done with that. Can't check that off yet.
When in doubt, spicy in chat. Call.
Finish that. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Haven't
Fine,
done that
Lori.
yet. I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
Hey, Nancy, right?
You've got a better memory than our hostess.
Who doesn't? Amateur detective, huh? You ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
I have a bunch of sound bites that I set up.
Well, I don't know. Do you like what you do?
I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Tell me about them.
Baffling case. Two-man team at 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days. FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle to a stop, confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
Ooh. You accidentally rear-ended them, or all they had was a plastic knife?
I heard all they had was a plastic knife from a carry-out chicken place.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Where do you think it came from?
Probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, I'll tell you what. Here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you. The Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci comes up again in this game series, so he doesn't die. Not that anyone would die.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
She could have been kidnapped. She could have been tossed off the train. She could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
So, you're gathering facts?
Of course. It may not look it because that's my style. I'm a low-key kind of guy. But hey, don't worry. I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
I'll know the facts when I know the facts.
Have you had a chance to talk to Charlena Purcell?
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that?
What about John Gray?
The ghost guy? Total quack. Only reason I talked to him would be to arrest him for fraud.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Not a problem.
This is interesting.
Wonder what Jake used this for.
I would love to pick it up to look, but I guess I can't. Whoa.
Another gemstone.
Yield periodic table of elements.
Camille with Hager Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard.
Let's see. Gemstones and how to identify them. Ooh boy.
Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked. And what does AG mean?
Gold.
JH. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia.
Leaping lizards.
Another gemstone.
How do I get these gemstones? Ooh.
Eliza Sandberger.
Hey, Tino! Tino! Oh, Tino. Tino, you see this? You see this, though? For the price of $3,000. $3, sorry. 3,000, oh gosh. And 73 cents. One Pearlmeister doll with decorative red ribbon on the 16th day of June, 1880. Camille called this one Eliza. Why is there just trash? You know what I'm saying? Oh! Do all the pipes have to be connected to something? I think so.
There, all done.
Woohoo!
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall. It's locked. Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
Huh. I need slugs. Must report to the Hardy Boys. Quiet! We requested... What does it say? We requested for the instance of those who have retired. Party boys.
Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Finished? Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Check.
What have you got?
Talk to you later.
Apparently
You know where to find us.
Okay. Square duck. Okay. I think I need slugs, but I don't really know how to get slugs right now.
More questions?
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective. Do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, his success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
In other words, you don't think he deserves all the attention he's getting?
No. You and those two Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives. Is that all, dear?
We are detectives, actually.
I should get going.
My publisher thanks you.
Angela's home.
What's up?
I won't keep you any longer.
Take care.
Can I play the piano now?
Don't even think about it.
I'm already stuck. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long one, eh?
What's going on?
Thanks for your help.
Anything for a fellow detective.
You've done nothing. So, actually, what am I missing? Let's see. See if and how those symbols on the stove are related to those symbols on the sampler in Camille's car. They have something to do with the scale in Jake's car, maybe? Something tells me the scale that's built into the wall in Jake's train car does more than just weigh things. Find out what. Figure out how to open that old cigar box in what used to be Jake's train car. AG. That's gold. What does that mean, though? Figure out why a square and a duck are on the stove. Okay. One screw. I need a screwdriver. I need to do the piano. Find Lori. Okay. AU, gold. Or AG, silver! I said gold. AG, silver, 47. But how does that correlate to this? Colors. AU was gold. You knew AU was gold. Tam-Tam ways to sing a song. Do-da, do-da, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, do-da-day. Whoa, whoa, did you see that? That was spooky, right?
It's locked. That square and that duck look very familiar.
Square in the duck, you know what that is. It's the... Oh my god. I need a pickaxe? Dude, the sea! Oh my god, what is happening? The cutscenes in this game, I remember them so vividly.
If those are candle holders, they are very strange.
Okay.
Wonder what's supposed to go here. Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters? Lori?
Oh my gosh! I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy. Nancy Drew.
Nancy.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited away by ghosts or anything. That bookshelf in the dining car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
How did I find her so fast? That was pure luck, to be honest.
Was anyone else in on the trick?
Just the engineer, and all he did was keep his mouth shut. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
I think you were going to explain why you kidnapped yourself.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was one of the first people in 100 years to set foot on this train, okay? Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared. Except I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing is, to find Jake's lost mine, we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
To heck with it.
What about the other people you invited on this trip?
If you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party.
She's evil.
I like parties.
Evil.
How well do you know your guests?
Well, I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show, and I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train, and now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
Did we talk to the same Tino Balducci, or did she talk to a completely different guy?
How well do you know Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In fact, I just started reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to do is write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, you know, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
She right.
We'll talk some more later.
Keep me posted!
This is a caboose, then. Oh my gosh.
Looks like a dance floor, maybe?
Oh no.
Locked, naturally. Wonder how you open it.
Oh no! Oh, like... This is like, different minerals. So... Weird, I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh!
I can use this to open that grate I saw in Camille's car.
Great. Great! That wasn't the one I wanted. Where's the laughing track? Thank you. Great. Sounds great. This is really great. Okay. Let's go to Camille's car. Should we tell anyone that she's fine?
Looks like to make this thing, whatever it is, I'm going to need a spyglass, a pickaxe, and a lamp. Citrine, amethyst, zircon.
Amethyst.
Those are all gemstones, I think.
Peridot tiger's eyes. They are, Nancy. I'd be telling you. I'm an expert.
Silver. What do all those colors have to do with silver?
Oh, this is the code to unlock the, box. Orange. Excuse me?
Thing already unlocked by brute force.
No, I did not unlock this. Orange, blue, green, red, purple, yellow. Okay. Another coin. That's a lot of unnecessary documents. What's down here? I accidentally knocked what Camille's calls naughty Tina off the shelf and literally, I'm afraid, fractured its tiny skull, despite my heartfelt apologies. Camille burst tears at the sight of the crack which now traverses naughty Tina's face. Tears were continued unabated for hours. I told her I'd order her another as soon as we reached Copper Gorge. I don't think we tell anyone that our friend is found. Y'all can just find it out yourselves.
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you used to unscrew these bolts.
Oh.
More pipes to connect.
Yay! Oh, and they all move. That's great.
Here we go.
That was a little easy though. Were there picks in this other train car that I need to get? Like a little... Yep, right here. No, we already did this one. Okay. There's gotta be another train car. This train car. There it is. This... Oh, I need 4 numbers. Okay, what? You have to spray in front of everyone. At least some brains. The caboose. 6 colors on it. There was, of course, no explanation, but I won't explain what the 6 colors were.
Still have to do that. Finish that. Check. Still have to do that. Can't check that off. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Check. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. I'm done with that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Finish that.
That Lori thing was too easy. What am I reading?
The 3rd of November, 1901, from somewhere in Colorado. Dear Ruth, I know that we've never met, but now that your father, my estranged brother, is gone, you are my only living relative. I am writing to you to tell you about my mind before I, too, depart this earth, and its location is lost forever. I cannot tell you outright where it is, lest this epistle fall into the wrong hands, but with the information which follows, and with my train, which shall be yours upon my death, I promise that you'll be able to find it. First, you will need a map. To obtain it, know that my travels have taken me all over this great country, to towns which can be difficult to find, to Calico, Silverado, and Central City, to Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone. To locate the mine on the map, you'll need my projector. When it comes to placing the stones, you'll need to ask someone who holds a warm place in my heart. I have stored his name accordingly, but to retrieve his name, you'll have to give the dolls an order. This will require looking inside Camille's dancing shoes for the name of their maker, and wearing the shoes as you perform her favorite step on the dance floor. As for my beloved Camille, she has 4 words for you. Words which, when translated into numbers and used in combination, will help power my projector. But alas, she's taken them with her to her grave. So go to Copper Gorge, Colorado, and pay your respects, and let some of her goodness rub off on you. I promised Camille that this train would always be her home. In return, she promised to never leave, and indeed she never has. People say I'm crazy, but I've seen her and heard her and feel her presence on the train even today, 20 years after her untimely death. So above all else, my dear niece, let nothing happen to my train. It holds wonderful things. Kindest regards, Jake Hurley.
Wow. Okay, well, I can check that one off.
Haven't done that yet. Finish that.
Okay, I don't remember what this code was. Okay, now I need to grab all these gemstones I've been seeing.
That could be one of the gems I need. Maybe Tina will let me take a closer look.
I don't want to talk to him. Fine, I'll talk to him.
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do you need?
I found Lori. She was hiding in the caboose.
I told him first!
It turns out that slug wasn't so worthless after all.
That slug? I mean, I knew that slug was a clue. That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Lori no sweat. But I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
But look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley and his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can, give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day,
Do you think I could take a closer look at that cougar statue?
What, that cigar clipper? Go ahead, take a look.
I'll bet I need this stone to build that thing in the diagram I found. But if I remove it now, Tina will know I'm onto something. Interesting. I just wanted to get a good look at it, that's all.
What else can I do for you?
How did you and Lori meet?
We met at a party in New York. Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs, but nice girl.
She seems to have a thing for your eyes.
Yeah, she always told me they were... I mean, she told me once that she thought they were very, brown.
No, that's definitely not what she said.
What do you think happened to Jake Hurley?
He probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But I'll let you in on a secret. I'm onto something that could crack this case wide open.
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours truly, what happened to Jake Hurley won't be a mystery much longer.
Oh my god. Spicy. What?
It's been great talking to you.
Helping people's what I'm all about.
Hey. What was this code for the silver? I'm gonna take his eyes. Please don't. Orange, blue, green, red, purple, yellow. Orange. Should I just write it down? Yes. Blue. Green. Red. Purple. Yellow. Okay.
Wilson carbide and acetylene works.
What does that mean? Dear Jake, I have sent you 2 lamps which you should receive by the end of the month. When you get them, simply place carbide in the lower chamber, water in the upper chamber, then use the built-in flint lighter, flint and steel, to ignite the jet of gas, which results. As you'll see, the carbide lamp is an exceedingly practical device, especially for people in your dark and dangerous line of work. Would that you or I had invented it? What? In your last letter, you sounded quite despondent, old chum. I suppose this is understandable in view of your failure to strike it rich, but I am living proof of how quickly misfortune can turn into good fortune. Little did I suspect 5 years ago that my attempt to produce aluminum would instead produce calcium carbide, or that calcium carbide, when placed in water, would release acetylene. Oh my god, I don't know how to pronounce any of these words. Yet suddenly I was the surprised but happy owner of the patent for an inexpensive way of manufacturing an extremely flammable gas. Just as I became wealthy when I sold that patent, I have no doubt that you too will someday be handsomely
Always your friend, Thomas Wilson.
rewarded for your efforts. Continue to keep up appraised of your adventures. Continue to keep me apprised of your adventures, dear friend, and never ever give up. May the lamps I sent you soon light your way to the gold you seek.
Looks like a pattern for some kind of dance step. Maybe I'd better keep
This
this.
is a dance step I gotta do. With those shoes. Do I just do the dance now? Should really tell the Hardy Boys that we find Lori. We told the freaking Tino Balducci first.
Nancy, what's with the Cheshire Cat grin?
You found Lori.
More
Yep,
travels
she's holed up in the
fast,
caboose, and as a reward for finding her, she let me have this. It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Lori, you got the letter with all the clues. Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh,
I
Joe,
do
quit
need you.
pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
I just need help all the time.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
Very true.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
But that man is dead.
If the engineer had any surviving relatives, we may be in luck.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena What's-Her-Face could tell us how to go about it.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her.
Even though you two are literally 10 feet away from her, I will do this.
I found a diagram for some kind of contraption that Jake designed, but to operate it, you need his pickaxe and some kind of lamp or lantern, which it looks like he gave to somebody named Buell.
Buell? Joe, show her.
Show her what?
That old picture we found.
Okay.
We found this on the bookshelf. See? Buell's Supplies and Pawn Shop. That's gotta be the same Buell Jake gave his axe and lantern to.
Yeah, 100 years ago. And the guy was a pawnbroker, Frank. The stuff's probably long gone.
Or maybe it's still somewhere in Copper Gorge.
Well, that's where we're headed, so let's just hope for the best.
Right.
See you soon.
You better.
How did she do this?
An eagle. Where else have I seen an eagle?
Any signs of America?
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually...
Forget it.
Okay. He still doesn't like me. Ah! I'm trying to look. This bookcase. Whatever.
Yes?
I found Lori. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How would I go about finding out the name of Jake's train engineer?
If you're smart, you'd ask me. And because my work is going surprisingly well, during my next break, I'll log on to my archives at home and see what I can turn up.
That'd be great, thank you.
Whoever invented the cellular modem, that's whom you should thank, dear.
Did you know that Lori wants to be a romance novelist?
Doesn't everyone?
Do you think she could do it?
No. Could we please talk about something a little more pleasant?
Ooh.
I should get going.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Okay.
Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. I'm done with that. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Finish that. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Haven't done that yet.
Oh, we should tell Bess and George, that we found Lori.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Lori gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Lori knows where the mine is, why doesn't she
I
just
didn't
make a
even tell
beeline
them I
for it?
found Lori.
Because apparently
Why are
Jake
they
was
so
too paranoid
okay?
to tell his niece outright where it was.
Cool.
So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Lori could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
Tino Balducci definitely has a thing for Lori Gerard.
Really? Ooh, I bet the tabloids would love to hear that.
What's more, I get the feeling Lori feels the same way about him.
You mean there's some kind of mutual attraction thing going on between them?
Something's going on between them.
Where's my-
I'm not really sure what.
We'll find out. I mean, that's a mystery worth pursuing. To heck with this Jake Hurley stuff. You'd give up the possibility of finding gold for gossip, Bess? For
Gossip?
this good? Oh, yeah.
If I told you that I needed a hint, what would you say?
I'd say it's about time. I'd say fire away.
There's a panel in the sleeping car that I'd like to open, but it's got a 4-digit tumbler lock on it. How can I get it open?
Maybe those 4 digits on the lock have something to do with the 4 words that Jake said Camille had taken with her to her grave. But even after you figure out what they are, you're still going to have to translate them into numbers somehow. That sampler hanging in Camille's car translates images into numbers. So maybe what you need to find is something that translates words into images. Know what I'd do if I were you? I'd go to Camille's car and sample some reading material.
Okay, thanks a bunch.
You're welcome a bunch.
Goodbye.
Oh. I know.
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a message at the beep.
I don't need to talk to anyone at home.
Do we pull the emergency brake? That's the real question.
What's up?
I found Lori safe and sound in the caboose, so I guess those vibes you got about her being in serious trouble were wrong.
Strange. My vibes are never wrong. What's even stranger is I'm still getting them. So maybe they're not about Lori. Maybe they're about you.
I'm confused. Are you a scientist or a psychic?
I happen to be both.
Get out.
What's commonly referred to as psychic phenomena is all a matter of energy. Just because we don't know where that energy is generated or how to measure it yet, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Trust me, either you or Lori is, or soon will be, in big trouble.
I need a boo. I need a soundbite where it's like, boo. That's what I need. That's what I need. Boo.
Could you be more specific?
Unfortunately, no.
Could you leave the caboose?
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
What were Camille's last words? There's like a book there that I feel like I should read. No, it's this one. Nope. It's in my notes. Oh gosh, okay. Okay, we need to figure out her last words. And then we can do that. Let's go. Let's see if we can get something unlocked. With our little slugs. Nice! Oh my god, okay. I think we need more slugs. Did you finish?
That must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Oh, okay.
Whoa! Somebody must have thrown the emergency brake.
It wasn't me.
Question is, did somebody throw the brake? Or something?
Oh, Joe, now you sound like Lori.
Hey, I was the first one on the scene, and I saw no one.
Who was the next person on the scene?
John Gray. Then Balducci came bursting through one door while Frank and the engineer came through the other. Boy, was that guy ticked. He said the train could have derailed. He reset the brake, muttered a few choice words, then headed back to the engine just as you and Lori showed up.
Everybody was there except Charlena. I don't think she left her laptop the whole time.
Ooh, suspect.
There's no way Lori could have thrown the brake, unless she had someone else do it.
The question is, why? What did she or anybody else stand to gain by stopping the train?
Answer? Nothing. Which is why I think we should at least consider the possibility that something less human in nature may be at work here.
Ah, Joe.
I don't trust it.
I'm going to see if Balducci's done dusting for fingerprints. Catch you later.
Mr. Engineer.
Engineer,
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. I talked to you before, very briefly.
you're not the one who pulled the emergency brake, are ya?
No.
Good. 'Cause if you were, I'd have to come back there and throttle you. Old as this train is, it's a wonder it stayed on the tracks.
Is there any way that brake could have been activated accidentally?
You pull on the handle, the wheels lock. You don't pull on the handle, they don't lock. Did somebody pull on the handle by mistake? I guess it's possible, but if you ask me, anybody that stupid has no business being on a train, or anywhere else for that matter. Now, if you don't mind, I gotta get back to work.
Guys, listen. Do I pull the brake? Do I pull it? Should I pull that brake? Charlena.
More questions?
Would you like to see the letter that Lori gave me as a reward for finding her?
The one in which Jake Hurley supposedly tells his niece how to find his lost mine? No, thank you. I happily leave it to you to try to solve the mystery of his disappearance. You can afford to look foolish, dear. I can't.
Do you have a theory as to who pulled the emergency brake?
Well, I know it wasn't me. I assume it wasn't you, and I highly doubt it was Lori. So that leaves those two friends of yours, Mr. Gray and Mr. Balducci.
What do you think their motive was?
I don't know about your friends, but perhaps those other two simply thought it would be fun. Boys will be boys.
Were you able to find the name of Jake's train engineer?
I came across 3 references to the fact that Jake had an engineer, but I'm afraid none of them included his name. I failed. Sorry.
Or you're lying.
I should get going.
All right, then.
Looks like Tino's through dusting for fingerprints.
This is it. Do I pull the brake? Do I pull the brake? Yes? No? What do you think, chat? Do it? Do it?
Better not mess with that puppy.
Or... Oh no, it won't let me!
Better not mess with that puppy.
It won't let me because we already had the whole thing. We were too late. We made the decision too late. I'm obsessed.
Glad you dropped in. Lori told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
I didn't mention it before because it's very bizarre.
Lori should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around here. Let me take a look.
It's very old, so please don't break it.
I've seen enough.
You didn't even read page 1!
2 words. Useless. Those are just the rantings of a guy who spent way too much of his life swirling mud around in pans under the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
Lori says she found this letter in a wastebasket.
Exactly where it belongs.
Hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
Not a problem.
That wasn't it.
What's going on?
Did you find any fingerprints on the emergency brake handle?
None that were any help, thanks to Casey Jones up there. I told the old geezer not to touch anything, but he went and got his big, fat, oily paw prints all over the place. If we didn't need him to drive the train, I'd charge him with obstruction of justice.
You're ridiculous.
Did you do anything else besides look for fingerprints?
Of course. As a matter of fact, I found this. Probably fell out of the perp's pocket while he was yanking on the handle.
Looks like some kind of thermometer.
Yeah, like the kind a certain ghost hunter uses on that bogus show of his.
You think John
man.
Gray threw the break? But why would he do that?
Because they're thinking about axing his show, that's why. I checked with this buddy of mine in L.A. Gray's got to come up with something real big real soon, or he's toast. And you can't get much bigger than a train with a spooky past that's prone to strange accidents, now can ya?
Who else have you told about this?
All in due time. I always like to get my ducks in a row before I make an arrest.
But couldn't someone else have dropped that thermometer?
Please. Who's the top cop here, huh? Who's the world-famous detective? You?
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing,
I am.
sweetheart. John Gray wanted publicity. That's exactly what I'm gonna give him.
Chat, who is the more famous detective, Nancy Drew or Tino Balducci?
It's been great talking to you.
Don't mention it.
There's a letter right there. A letter right... Oh, no, that's just a book. Why can't I look at the books? I was gonna do my little dance. Hi, Lori.
Yes?
I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
I'm a good detective, remember?
We went out a couple of times, yeah.
I mean,
As for why we
Nancy.
stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
Ooh.
Do you have any idea who threw the
Ghosted.
emergency brake?
I know exactly who did it.
You do?
Well, who else could it be? Camille. None of us has any reason to stop the train but Camille. She doesn't want us to find Jake's
Ma'am.
mine, so she's going to do whatever she can to keep its location a secret.
What?
She is dead, you know.
Well, duh. That's why I know it's her. What's more, your
think
friend,
it's
that Jim
you.
Harley guy?
Not Jim, Joe Hardy.
Jim?
Yeah, well, he thinks it's Camille too. He just doesn't have the guts to say so.
I'll come back later.
As soon as you figure it out, let me know.
No. Okay, what are we doing? 1, 2. Three, 4. No, it started over? Really? Guys, we're just gonna have to do the old. This isn't old, actually. This is probably the newer way of doing it. Okay. Picture. Uno. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 10. Whoa!
Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
Oh my god. not, but they all look angry sitting here, right? She looks very angry.
Mama.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's the thing. That's the thing that we're gonna be doing.
Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is. Maybe Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
They're good at that. Don't give them any feedback, just send them. They'll figure it out. There's not anything wrong with dolls. I have lots of dolls. Look at, I have, you know, look, I got all these dolls, blushy, I got all kinds of dolls. My dolls don't look very angry at me, and they don't say mama. I don't know. I would be scared if one of these said mama. I haven't gotten any more slugs. Why am I acting like I have? What am I doing? Gunpla?
Can't check that off. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Check. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet.
Hello, sir.
What's up?
Sir, you making any progress in here?
Oh yeah, not only am I getting some real unusual EMRs, that's electromagnetic readings, but take a look at this.
Okay.
You've got something?
I set up a camera and took some time-lapse photos. Sometimes I was in the room, sometimes I wasn't, but somewhere along the line, I managed to get a shot of Camille.
Where? You don't mean that little blob, do you?
Yep, that's Camille.
What?
Okay.
You're skeptical. That's cool. Just remember,
Wait,
the
play
key
it
word
back.
when it comes
Let
to
me see
ghostly
this again.
phenomena is energy. That
What?
blob is the result of Camille's residual life force, spirit if you will, reacting with the chemicals in the photographic paper.
Couldn't it just be a flaw in the photographic paper?
Okay, it could be that too, but it's not. Trust me.
Are you by any chance missing a small digital thermometer?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. When I went through the box I'd packed them in, that one over there, I came up one short. I was hoping to set up at least 6 in here so I could check for cold spots. How did you know I was missing one?
Because Tino Balducci found it by the emergency brake handle when he was dusting it for fingerprints, and now he thinks you're the one who pulled it.
That's ridiculous. I didn't have any reason to pull the emergency brake.
Is it true that your show is in danger of being canceled?
Newsflash, my show was canceled. Happened last night. But what nobody knows yet is that it's been picked up by a major TV network. Not only am I still on the air, but I'm sitting prettier than ever. Any other questions?
Were you in this room the whole time prior to that emergency brake thing?
Of course not. I made a couple of trips to my compartment in the sleeping car to get more equipment. But did I get an overpowering urge to pull the emergency brake while I was there? No.
Thanks for the chat.
Goodbye.
Check.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed what?
The argument of the century.
Joe, he's exaggerating.
Aw, come on, you heard them. They were ready to tear each other to shreds.
Who?
Charlena and Lori.
All we heard was the tail end of it, and unfortunately, we really couldn't make out what they were saying.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No.
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
And it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
More questions?
What were you and Lori arguing about earlier today?
Lori and I? We weren't arguing. We were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
Were you discussing her wanting to be a romance novelist?
No. And even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is so tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe Hardy who overheard you. They said I should talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Lori submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book now, and when she got to that part, she freaked.
Oh.
You stole one of her ideas?
She had no business sending me unsolicited material. But technically, yes. Now, legally, she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything, and it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about. For what it's worth, I'm going to talk to this producer I know to see if he'll cast Lori in his next movie. It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star. I mean, she is blonde.
Aren't you even going to try finding out what happened to Jake Hurley?
No time. The only reason I haven't insisted that Lori release me from all this silliness is there's always the possibility that what happened to him has the makings of a bestseller, although I highly doubt it.
Why are you so sure that Jake's story wouldn't make a bestseller?
His story is an all too common one. A man wanders off into the desert in search of gold and never returns. Why? He either doesn't have enough food or water, or he encounters hostile natives.
What about his wife, Camille, dying on the train like that?
That does make the story a little more interesting. She probably died of something mundane like pneumonia or even measles. Now, if it was wintertime when she died, and they were in the mountains, Jake no doubt kept her body on the train for months before he buried her, which is rather delicious in a morbid sort of way.
How do you think Jake's engineer wound up dead on the train in the middle of nowhere?
My guess is the engineer got tired of waiting for Jake to return, took off in the train to get help, and died of a heart attack along the way, after which the train rolled to a stop in Blue Moon Canyon. Anyone experienced enough to single-handedly run a steam engine would have been quite a bit older than Jake.
Okay.
Well, I'll let you go.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it. Choo-choo.
Better not mess with that puppy.
Just let me do it! Also, chat, if anyone knows Easter eggs in this game, let me know. So I'm willing to spoil. I know I wanted to crash the train. Because I let someone else do it first and I don't know who did it. Probably Tino or something. I don't
Yes?
trust him.
Bye.
Keep me posted.
No one's gonna give me the gory details. I think I was supposed to talk to the Hardy Boys. I like train hopping, it's fine.
Hey, how's it going?
Tino found one of John Gray's thermometers by the emergency brake handle and is getting ready to throw the book at him.
John Gray threw the emergency brake? Why would he do that?
Tino thinks it's because John's TV show is in danger of being canceled. But when I asked John, he told me his show was just picked up by a broadcast network.
I still say there's less to all this than meets the eye, if you get my drift.
I get your drift, Joe. I have lived with your drift for years. I am saddled with your drift.
All right, all right.
This is how my sister and I talk to each other. This is how we are.
See you later.
Sounds good.
Engineer, this better be Miss Gerard.
Well, actually,
Forget it.
can't go outside until the train stops.
Just let me out.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is
I
too
guess I do
faded
have
to
to talk to
read,
them.
but to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the walls. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone as soon as you can.
Via cell
Actually, I
phone?
already sent you a picture of the shoes.
Well then, hey, we're on it.
Ah, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
Charlena and Lori had this big, huge argument, and you'll never guess why.
Lori called Charlena a hack.
No.
Charlena called Lori an airhead.
No.
Bess, she doesn't really want you to guess, okay?
Yeah, I
Tell
actually
us,
did.
man.
Well, it seems that Lori sent Charlena a bunch of story ideas, one of which Charlena used in her latest book without telling or paying Lori.
Charlena stole something Lori wrote? That's incredible. No, the fact that Lori wrote something that Charlena thought was worth stealing. That's what's incredible.
It makes me think that Lori may not be quite as dumb as she looks.
Yeah, better
Which
keep an eye on her,
girls are
Nan.
Not stupid.
I discovered this cabinet full of old dolls in the caboose.
Old dolls make my skin crawl. Whose were they?
They belonged to Jake's wife, Camille. Jake mentioned them in his letter to his niece.
They could have been Jake's, you know. I mean, they never had a child of their own, right? So maybe after Camille died, he went a little bonkers. Oh, Bess. Hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box here, okay? Something it wouldn't hurt you to do from time to time, little Miss No Imagination. You know, maybe I'll just put this paintbrush down, walk out that door, and let you do this all by yourself. No! You've got to keep painting. If I don't get this done by tomorrow, I'll be grounded for a month. I was just kidding about your imagination. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Very, very wonderful. That's more like it.
How about a hint?
You bet.
What's the deal with the grid with all the letters that's in the caboose?
The idea is to form names out of adjacent letters. Just push on a letter, then push on a letter that's next to it. And keep doing that until you've spelled out a name. When that name drops out, try spelling another one. As for what names to spell, take a good look at the letter Jake sent to Ruth. As for what to do with the letters you end up with, I'd like to draw you a map, but I can't.
Great. Thanks, guys.
We aim to please.
Bye.
I still don't understand. There's a lot of puzzles.
Nancy?
John, I think is your name. I don't remember. Tino.
What's going on?
How come you told me you and Lori never went out, and she told me you did?
Don't you ever stop asking questions?
When people start answering them honestly, I do.
I dumped her, okay? I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not happy about what I did, but it's done. It's over. Now let's drop it.
Guess I'll just have to go talk to Lori again.
You are incredibly irritating, you know that? I dumped her because people said going out with her would make me look bad. Said she was a joke, that no one took her seriously. Said if I started hanging with her, no one would take me seriously. So I stopped calling.
You ghosted her! We are on the ghost train, so...
But you didn't stop caring.
No. Now take a powder. I don't feel like talking anymore. Still don't feel like talking. Still don't feel like talking. Still don't feel like talking.
Meh.
Jake said a pickaxe goes here.
But where's the pickaxe?
I need a spyglass. If I had a lamp, this is where I'd put it. According to that diagram I found, those 6 gemstones are supposed to go in these 6 holders, but I have no idea which one goes where.
Oh my god. Oh man. This is a lot. A lot.
I wonder if this has something to do with that list of cities Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Oh! Thanks, Nancy, because I wasn't getting there at all. What's the cities? Oh. Calico, Silverado, Central City, Dodge City, Virginia City, Tombstone. Okay. Let's try. Done. Some. Coal. Coal. What was it? Coal City? What was it? Was it Coal City? Do you remember? I think so. Tombstone. Let's try that one. T-O-M. T. Where's the M? I don't see an M. Love me, Stone. B. M. It's like... Stone. B. M. And then there's no O. Calico. Let's try Calico first. C-A. Cal. Ah! We have to go in order. Oh my god. Where is this? Calico Silverado. Central City. Silverado. Okay. Now, Central City. Okay, what was after Central City? Does anyone remember? No. Dodge City, Virginia City. Tombstone. Dodge City. Virginia. No! Virginia City. Virgin. Dang it. Virginia City. What? Why didn't that work? Am I spelling Virginia wrong? Virginia. Virginia. Yeah, I probably spelled it wrong. Virgin. Maybe they don't have to be next to each other? I'm very confused.
Guess I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters. Can't check that off yet. I'm done with that. Can't check that off yet. Finish that. Haven't done that yet. Can't check that off yet. Check. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that. Can't check that off yet. Still have to do that. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that.
What is this? Reverse? Reverse. There it is.
Hello?
Me again. Just checking to see whether you were able to find out the name of those dancing shoes yet.
Your wish is our command, but hang on to your hat. The name is a real mouthful. The shoes were made by Chaussette Chateauyantes, Chausssettees, Chatoyantes. That's French for shimmering socks. Apparently, if you were into dancing in the 1870s, that was the company to get your shoes from.
Chaussette Chateauyantes. Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us help.
Apparently, Tino and Lori went out a couple of times, but he broke it off.
Why'd he break it off?
Because everybody told him dating her would hurt his credibility.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
That's
it's
not
cool that Balducci lets other people tell him who to date? No, that the three of us know something that like maybe 4 other people in the whole country knows. You scooped the tabloids, Nancy. Bess, calm down. You're slopping paint all over the phone. Oh no, it still works, doesn't it? Hello? Nancy? You still there? Hello?
Yes, Bess, I'm still here.
Oh, thank goodness. So what other yummy things have you found out?
Nothing.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Well, George, back to work.
Chantes.
Can't check that off. Still have to do that. Check.
Oh my god, no. I have to put the dolls in order based on the shoe name? What? Just a knife.
Better not mess with that puppy. Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night, bobbing gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
Hey, how's it going?
See you later.
Going.
You know where to find us.
Yeah, you guys aren't really doing anything.
More questions?
I'll touch bases with you later.
My publisher thanks you.
What is that?
It's not a ghost horse! That didn't scare me. I was trying to get it because I remember that from as a kid, but I didn't remember how it came about.
Hey, glad you stopped in. You gotta listen to this.
What have you got?
I put this digital recorder in the corner where Camille showed up in that picture and turned it on so it would just keep recording. Now when you play it back at normal volume, all you hear is background noise. But when you turn the volume way up and run the signal through a filter or two,
And something else.
hear that?
I hear something. It kind of sounds like a woman singing.
Not just any woman.
Camille.
So be careful what you say in here. She's listening.
Okay.
I saw a bunch of weird glowing lights outside the window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
How are you not surprised?
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resulting voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom built, remember.
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me. Old Mother Nature is capable of some pretty scary stuff.
I'm surprised you're not trying to pass it off as a...
Well, I'll catch you later.
Come back anytime.
I see a ghost and you're like, meh, it might not be a ghost, actually. How am I supposed to take that? Well, actually, it might not be a ghost.
Ah, I can't stay mad at a fellow detective. What do you need?
I need you to leave.
You've been a big help.
Not a problem.
Well, y'all, it's getting late. I've yawned like 17 times, and I'm very stuck in this game. Which is not great. Oh good, that button's not working. The menu button's not working. I can't click the menu button. I can't exit the game. It's not doing anything anymore. Okay, well, I'm gonna figure this out. Later. Okay. I know, it's in some weird places now. Thank you, friends, for hanging out tonight. Choo choo, we're getting there. We're gonna work on this again next week, and we're gonna try to figure out, is there a ghost? Or are we just crazy? Both are very good options, both are very possible options. Who really knows? Okay, I can't. This isn't loading. So, I will see you all again. I don't know when. Possibly Sunday is the next time I'll be streaming. If something else comes up, something else will come up. But as of right now, the next possible stream is probably going to be Sunday. And then, yeah. So I will see you then. Goodbye.